Hi guys, welcome to this video. This is Dr. Mahmoud Al-Odeh. In this video, I'll be speaking about the service industry. Before we go ahead and talk about the factors that involve with the service industry, we need to define what is service industry. Service industry is any activity that involve providing a product or service to customers. So basically dealing with customers is the focus of the service industry. We need to ensure the customer satisfaction. This is number one in the service industry. We're working for the customer. So we do all these activities to ensure the customer happiness and ensure these customers are happy and satisfied. Some examples on the service industry would be banking, such as going to the bank. You will see restaurant, movie theaters, healthcare, education, consultation, utilities such as the communication, electricity, water, and so on. And the list could go on and on with the service industry. It is an essential part of our economy, and we should learn about this sector. So if you know how to manage a service industry, you will be among the people who are successful, will compete in the market. We'll talk about the factors that impacted the service industry, starting with the revenue. Revenue is one of the main factor or drivers for the service industry, where manufacturing, they've been working very good in the market, but they haven't achieved what profit that service industry can achieve. There are some statistics from 2006 saying that if you are in the service industry, you will get at least 30 to 40%. And manufacturing, they've been working so hard over the years, they have not received that amount of profit. So they thought this would be a great way to go to the service industry. Second, I would like to talk about innovation and technology. Now, these days, and not these days, actually, from the industrial revolution in the 1920s and 1930s, where we start seeing a lot of technologies and machines taking place, some people, they did not like it because this is taking jobs from people, which is true. Instead of hiring 20 person to do a production on the production line, now with automation, you don't need even maybe two or three. That's basically it. And also that at that era, the productivity has increased for manufacturing. So yes, we're employing a few people. We hired few people, but we are able to meet the demand and even provide more than before with a higher quality. So efficiency and productivity at the same time. Number three factor in the service, we've start seeing some union in the 1920s and 30s, the union and the human right movements, where they're asking companies to respect people, and the companies, they start listening to these customers and they want to satisfy their needs. Not only companies, also the governments and these leaders, they want to hear from their people. So there are a lot of movements that happen on that time. I just want to name a few of these movements. Such as putting people first. That's one of the movement. There's also another movement called moment of truth. These are also some of the movements that we've seen and shaped the service industry. Also, in terms of the productivity, we start seeing the quality movement. So people are trying to improve their quality. We start hearing some policies such as zero defects, and that's related to the previous point. But to continue with that, we start hearing some human right movements, where governments and organizations should respect the rights of people and give them what they want. Also, I would like to mention that the level of education and the standard level has been increased from the past. That would how that encourage the service industry. That means people have more money and they want to spend this money on entertainment. So these companies, they offer entertainment for the people, which in the past, in the old days, if the people have enough money to feed their kids and have enough money to pay the rents, that should be enough for them to live there. That's the perfect standard life of living. But these days, food and having a house is not enough. You need to buy a fancy car and a fancy entertainment. You probably want to put your kids in training and provide a lot of luxury uh, entertainment into your life. And this is coming from the needs of the people. I would like to finish this video with these some statistics, because it will show you how important that you get involved with services. The first statistic that I want to share with you, and this is from the textbook of From Products to Services, Insights and Experience from Companies which have embraced the service economy. On page 29, on chapter 1, they're saying they estimated that the average service business lose 10 to 15%. Look at this high percentage, 10 to 15% losing of its pie of its buyers each year through product services. Again, one more time. If you provide a poor service to your customers, you will be losing 10 to 15% of your business. No one can afford this high percentage. Losing 10 to 15% of your customers due to the poor service, this is not acceptable. Let's read a few more statistics. The average business did not hear from 96 of its unhappy customers. So if you have a business, you will not hear from 96% of customers who have bad experience. Moving on to another point. For every complaints received, there were 26 other people with problems, 26 other people with problems, and 6 with serious problems. And that's for every complaint. Every complaint you receive, you will get 26 people with problems and 6 with serious problems. And they're so the book goes on and on, and they're saying there's some people they are thinking that's not worth it to report, and some people they don't know how to report it, and this will take us to the tools and strategies to collect the feedback from the customer, such as the CRM, customer relationship management. There are a lot of tools that we will learn in this class about how we could hear the voice of the customer, how we can collect the voice of the customer and take this voice of the customer, implement it into our companies to continue into the market and achieve a competitive place in the marketplace. With that said, I'd like to thank you so much, and I will be recording another video about strategies, the strategic plan for a company, and how it's important to align it with the small tick-ticks, short term, long term, and the short term. We need to connect the short term and the long term in order to achieve the goals. Without strategic plan, companies they cannot achieve their goals. With that said, thank you so much.